So, Coach, looking ahead to this weekend, big meet, meet that a lot of teams probably have circled on their schedule, pre-nationals up at Wisconsin. Going into a meet like that with a huge competitive field, what's the mindset? What do you tell your team?
Well, first and foremost, treat it like any other race. We do a really good job of, I think, rising up to the level that we're ready to compete with. So far this year, we've worked really hard over the course of the 4 years now that I've been here. We've taken the level of our workouts and the level of our expectation up methodically and progressively with the development of the team. And so it's actually really nice to see where they are as a program right now, both the men and the women. The cross-country season is set up so that the races do get progressively more intense as far as the competition that shows up, and we end with obviously the national championship, which we're all gunning for. And this is a chance for us to preview the course that the national championships will be on, and it's also a chance for us to preview a couple handfuls of teams that are already nationally ranked. And I think that given the last 2 weeks, we're actually really ready to take on the competition.
You mentioned the progression of the season a little bit. Is this a point in the season where you kind of know who your top guys are, who you're bringing to meets like this, or are you still kind of feeling that out through practices?
It's a good question. For the most part, we know who our ringers are. We've got maybe a good grasp on who are the top 5 that will be in the top 7, or who are the most likely 7 that will be part of the top 9 that you bring to the MAC meet. But with us becoming a better program, and we're deeper now, so we're looking at maybe 3 or 4 different girls or 3 or 4 different guys that might take that 8th and 9th spot. And so unfortunately, we're going to leave home a couple athletes that are really good. They're training really well, they're racing really well, but it's a matter of sometimes just a few seconds between 2 different athletes. And who do you pick to put on your bus for 9 athletes at the MAC meet, or the top 7 that compete at the regional? It's sometimes a heart-wrenching decision to make, because somebody deserves to be on the bus, but they might be just a little off. So yes, we kind of know, but we don't know the exact roster yet.
So you're coming off an off week coming into this meet. What has the preparation been like as far as, dialing it back a little bit, or really pushing the guys in before this meet?
Yeah, so we went to Notre Dame a couple weekends ago, and we performed well, but it was not exactly what we were hoping for. We know that we're training at a level that didn't represent how we performed on that weekend. And so when we look back at the training, that was the end of 2 of the hardest weeks of training that we'll have during the entire season. And so the last week and going into this week, we're definitely backing off the mileage, so the volume's a little bit lower for everybody. The intensity's still a little bit up, but we're not hitting it as frequently, and so they're feeling fresh. Today's workout's going to be another indicator. More than anything, it'll be a confidence builder for them, and then we'll step on the line this Saturday and perform really well. The same thing happened last year. Pre-nats was actually a really good weekend for us, and so I know they're going in pretty excited.
Okay, Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
So, Claire, off week for you guys last week. What was the practice atmosphere like in terms of preparation and looking ahead towards this week with no meet last weekend?
Yeah, it was really nice to have a weekend just to train. We could really focus on the workouts and get in 2 full workouts that week. It was really nice to just not have a meet, have some time here in Oxford just to relax and focus on the workouts. So that was great.
So looking ahead to this weekend, a big meet coming up at pre-nationals in Wisconsin. What's your mentality coming into that as an individual, with it being a big field, lots of talented teams and runners there?
Yeah, it's definitely a different feel from some of our smaller home meets, but it's also really exciting just to go compete against those bigger teams and really see where we stand as a team and kind of get our feel for the rankings. So, yeah.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, David, looking ahead, you've got pre-nationals this weekend at Wisconsin. What's your mindset as an individual runner coming into that race? Obviously it's a huge meet, lots of really good, talented teams there. So just kind of give me your overall thoughts on that meet.
Yeah, for me individually, last year I set a really big PR there at the meet, but then was just such crazy competition. I still finished 118th place. So this year coming in, I want to be much more competitive. I want to finish higher up. Some of that will come with my typical moving up throughout the race like I typically do. But part of that is going to be just starting much faster and So that's something we've been practicing for over the last couple months, doing a lot of fast paces, doing workouts so we can get more comfortable with something a little bit more ambitious at the start of the race.
So as far as preparation goes, coming off a bye week after Notre Dame, is there anything specific you guys have been working on, moving forward to the weekend, and how's the team sort of feeling right now after the week of practices?
I think we've been working on moving out, like going out hard at the start of workouts and stuff, like I was saying, and then also kind of sustaining the paces. So we've been doing some longer reps to help us, stay poised throughout the workout and throughout a race. And I think the team is taking to that really well. We had a very strong workout on Tuesday out in the heat and stuff. And because of that, I think we're all kind of excited to go show what we're capable of on Saturday.
Thank you.